Hi and welcome back. My plan for the next build is going to be the F-14D Tomcat, 72nd scale from Tamiya. It's quite a recent kit, 2025 new tool, or was it 26? 2025 new tool. I only bought it back in April. The wife took me into Barnstable and treated me to a birthday present in a small sort of old-fashioned model shop, Ewing's in Barnstable. So I went in there and had a look around. It was a really nice, charming shop. Nice selection of kits, really. So I ended up buying this one. I've got a load of other accessories for 72nd scale jets around this type of era as well, which I want to add to it at some point, but I think this is going to be involved enough for a minute. So I'm planning on not doing a full build video of it because it's going to be far too intense, because there's a lot of parts in this, and there's a lot of detail and a lot of paintwork and decal work and everything that goes on with these. So I shall do updates. Don't know about video updates, maybe just picture updates and maybe the odd video here and there, but we'll see how we go on that. But for now, this is what I'm planning on building. So I'm not going to do a full unboxing and a review of the kit. I think it's been done enough times. This is it's a fairly well regarded kit. They do come in bigger scales, but recently I've quite enjoyed building in 72nd. Space saving as well once you build the actual kit, even though saying that these are quite big anyway. But so yeah, so we'll have a look inside the box. It comes with 5 different colour schemes that you can do on it. So you've got well, they're showed around the box, but I know what I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to do the as the box art, which is the Bounty Hunters and the Persian Gulf in 2003, I believe it was. Even though the others do look quite striking, I want to do this one because I think the options will be there to put more optical screens and sensors into the cockpit potentially for this one being the Bounty Hunter. I don't know, I'm not really sure, but I do like the colour of that anyway. So let's have a look inside and see what I'm up against. I mean, it's a big kit, a big box for, you know, what you would normally expect to find from the 72nd, and it's quite heavy, so I think there's quite a lot of parts to it. All the reviews say that they're really happy with it, so yeah, I mean, immediately you can see that the mouldings are very detailed, very crisp, and there's a lot of them. There's the clear parts. Annoyingly, Tamiya always put a seam line on their canopy. On the F-14s there is a seam line on the real thing at the back, but not at the front, so that'll have to be addressed. I mean, it's so slight. I mean, I can polish it out. I probably will end up polishing it out. Everything's beautifully moulded and positioned by the looks of it, so all the cutouts are going to be in good spots, easy to clean up. There's no flash, hardly at all on that. That's the tub for the cockpit area, and so in there it looks like these are the cockpit sides and control panels. The control panels, yeah, really nice. Sorry about that. weaponry. Moulded in one piece, it's really nice. This will be its wing fold out mechanisms that connect on the inside. You see that there's a small screwdriver included, so there's some screws to screw these parts down on the insides. Yeah, very nice. There's no warping or I don't see any surface imperfections whatsoever. It's just perfect. Let's hope. So that's it. Tamiya will now do these big glossy printouts of the colour call outs. So that's what I'll be doing. The bounty hunters. Hope you can see this. Does look good, doesn't it? The vampire. Grim Reaper. And the Black Lions. No. I'll be doing the bounty hunters. That. What stencils? There's a lot of colours involved in this. Lots of different greys and blues and all sorts. A huge decal sheet. You've got masks for the canopies and other parts as well. I think for the inside of the air intakes, I think our maskings are given for the colour change on the inside, which is really nice. So that'll be version A, which I'll be doing. Really nice decals. Fairly thick, but not as bad as Tamiya have been in the past. Looking a lot better. And then another sheet. I should imagine those are to do with the edge of the wings, the airbags and the systems back there. Seat belts and cockpit details, because there are figures in this kit as well. So we've got two, I think it's two pilots. That's the usual, comes with it, just generic, comes in every Tamiya kit, that does. Health and safety probably. The instructions, there's a lot. You need to have a good study really and find out what's going on with the control panels and make sure that they are the right ones for the right versions, if there are choices, which I should imagine there would be, because there's quite a few years difference between the one of those versions to the latest version, if you like. has spread over quite a few years, and technologies would have changed a lot, and so would the screens and dashboards inside of these things. They were very used for quite a few years. Look at the way that there's colour call outs for everything. So nicely done. So that tab will paint and colour that first, and then these control panels, I'm imagining they'll colour them, I airbrush them over and paint those, and then add the decals on, and put a decal softener on so they drop down and conform to the shapes. Depending on how raised the buttons are and the details are, I think it'll probably be preferable over trying to paint it. But until we get into it, we don't know. Even the cockpit, the joysticks on the control panels, bearing in mind this is 72nd scale, so that is going to be tiny. These details are absolutely tiny, and there's colour call outs for each individual parts and the buttons and the workings that go with them. Really impressive. This is just working on building the cockpit up to start with, and then the frame, the subframe that sits into the fuselage, and there we go. There's the workings of the wings that will be inside, the folding wings. And there we go on, painting air intake. So there's masks, yeah, so mask S and T, S, it'll all become clear. So these shapes you stick inside of that. There's your air take assemblies. So on the inside of those, there'll be masks going on. Some of these masks will go on, which will create, so when you look inside, it'll be the right colours. It's all about the detail. It's typical Tamiya instructions though, every detail will be there. The landing gear. So yeah, so I'm not going to go through every single bit of this. I need to do a lot of studying myself and a lot of homework on this now, make sure I get things right and check my colours out. I think I've got most of what I need anyway, but so yeah, I'll keep you updated on that one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you as soon as possible. Thank you.